you guys. So I got my mom and got her death certificates. I asked the lady, did she mind if I take a second, just to sit right here a minute. And she said I was fine. But this is what she was in. But I'm going to put the other ashes in here. So she's actually in the box. It's kind of heavy. Yeah, so I got my mom. I just had to take a second, so that Destiny doesn't see me or anything. So this is just, oh boy. Yep, I got her. Got my mom. I really don't cry at home because I don't want Destiny to see me. But coming to pick up her ashes and everything, I don't know, it's just like a different feeling, I guess you could say. So they have the ashes so that Destiny can have some. So this is what she came in. And so I just put the other half in here. And I'll go when I get back. I probably won't do it right now, but when I get back home, I'll like put everything, together. But y'all, when I say this is hard, it's very hard. It's crazy because, I lost my dad, my real dad, and her husband. This is the card that shows like when she got cremated and stuff. And, I know it wasn't my choice. This is her right here, actually. It is heavy. I'll put a picture in here. Like I said, I bought this and 9 urns, 4 necklaces, 4 small urns. Oh boy. I got 2 of her rings. This was my grandma's ring, which was her mom. And then this right here is, I believe, my grandma's sister's ring. So they've all passed. So I just think that this kind of neat that I got a ring of each of them or whatever that I'll be wearing. And this was the bag that it came in, which is crazy because this is what color her kitchen is. But I can't believe I'm having to pick up my mom. uh, they've actually been very like um, good to her and me, and had her fixed up nice and her face and everything. It was very different from when she first passed. Um, it was like something that normally you would be afraid of, seeing. Um, so I asked her about grief counseling because the one that the hospice has me in, it's only every 2 weeks. So they gave me a card to do theirs. Um, so I will be calling them just to see, because what I'm trying to get is like, I guess, where you go in and you sit down and you talk. I mean, over the phone helps, yeah, but not like that, So, but again, I just want to thank all you guys for, even if it's a text call, and sometimes I may not answer, you know, but don't take it personal. Just know that I see your text, I see it, and oh boy, I think for me is number one, that's your mom, you know. So, like I said in my other live, losing a parent. But I think for me, in the end, watching her struggle, and having to clean her up and stuff like that. I can't imagine how she was feeling. But I didn't get to see her take her last breath. I was actually sitting at the kitchen table, at her kitchen table, and it's a feeling that I've never felt before, ever, ever. Like, it's a difference of being cold, and it's a difference in all of that, right? And I was sitting at the table, and my brothers were in her room. I had just left from checking on her. So I was sitting at the table, and all of a sudden, this coldness. It was like I was actually in the morgue. That's the only way I know how to explain it. And sometimes I still get this coldness. But I was sitting at the table, and Sean came up, and he's never experienced like seeing someone pass. He did go to my godson's funeral with me, but as far as like seeing someone, so he said, "Mom, I think Mom is gone, but I don't know." And I go back there, and she was, and the grief counselor told me that that's what I felt. I felt her passing. It hurt that I wasn't in the room, but how she explained it to me was that I was there from beginning to end, and that my mom didn't want me to see her pass. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but that's just what she told me. So, but if y'all are watching this, or even watch the replay, or even if you don't, my videos for me are personal. A lot of you guys know that I do videos in case things like this happen, as far as just family members, or just so I can have videos of Isla Isaiah, Destiny, Sean. My mom used to watch my videos. Um, so I don't know. I can't see what you said. Hold on. But I tell you, this is so hard. My mom had got a flower. They know who they are. They made sure that my mom had a flower. So that would be her last, I guess, flower that she would have gotten. But again, I can't thank everybody enough for, like I said, the flowers, um, calls, texts, cash apps, my pastor bringing food by, Patricia bringing dinner by. Um, Sadly, some of the people that I have actually known that have actually met my mother, yeah, they write condolences on Facebook, but don't even send a text. And that's okay too, because I don't wish this feeling on anybody. But I told the lady I wasn't going to be out here long. Like I said, she's very, very nice, very nice. And, I even wrote on the obituary here that's online, because my mom, sadly to say, but for the last 6 years, she looked very sick. Not at the beginning, but once the dialysis and everything, started to, I guess, gets her. And then having to have blood transfusions and just period. But I say over the last couple of years, she has started to decline. So whatever this funeral home did to make my mom, she looked so different, but she looked like herself. But that was the first time in 6 years that she didn't look sick. Hey, Mr. Rico, sis, and I was about to call you Pop Pop because I know that's what your grandson calls you. Walk with me, Miss Tiffany's husband. So whatever they did to her without embalming her, they did a good job. It's just hard, like being in her house and I don't hear the machines, and people don't get that. I don't hear it. I don't hear the machines. She has a cat, Annabelle. I feel so bad for her because you can tell she misses her mom, and the cover that they had on her before she passed, it's been washed, but I laid it down and you can tell the cat is afraid of it, so I put it up. But y'all, this is a bad feeling. So now I don't have, my mama's gone, my dad is gone, my two godmothers, they're gone. So it's like I don't have a parent. I just wish my mom, wish she does. I see ladybugs all the time. I don't know. I'm not going to stay on here too much longer because the lady, she just came to give me the answers and she's getting ready to leave. Um, so thank y'all and just bear with me, Sadly, and I could be wrong, but I feel like I'm the only one grieving. I know um, people take it different, Um, but still, please keep Island, Isaiah, and Destiny, Sean, myself, all of us in prayer. Um, that was hard having to tell the kids that Mama wasn't here anymore. And when they came back, when they came over, they saw that she wasn't here. And they told me, they said, um, they wish Mama would come back. So, like I told them, we'll get through this together. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end this or whatever. I know I'm just rambling, but I'm trying to process this before I get back. And I knew that the people that would show up for me, y'all have. And so I just want to say thank you. Because it's like y'all are here with me, picking up our YouTube mom, I guess you could say. Because she was definitely on the back end watching. So, and I know she's watching now. But I love you guys and thank you for coming. I'm trying to see who all came in so I don't yeah, Frank, it's is one tough pill to swallow. And like I said, taking care of her, I didn't take care of her from the beginning. Just one thing about my mama, she wouldn't let nobody take her to dialysis or pick her up. And she never knew that I thought she was one strong person. She didn't want help. She didn't ask for help. And seeing her do that, and me asking her to take my kidney, she said no many times. I never understood it, but I finally got it. She wanted me to be here for Destiny. And that says a lot regardless of what her and our relationship ever was. I'm just trying to figure out how do I go on without her and the woman that I am. She made sure her bills were paid. She was the glue, honestly, that held us all together. She helped everybody. But I've also seen a lot of her being sick and her passing. Who was here and who wasn't. And but she was strong. And she fought to the end, the very end. I can't get that image out of my head of how I was helping her. And I couldn't imagine what she was feeling. But she had begun to pass like a lot of blood. When I say a lot, it was a lot. And then I felt guilt because it was it was so much. Even having on gloves and stuff, I couldn't get it all up. But they had did a CT scan on her to find out why was she bleeding like that. Um, like it was like really in the hospital. It was like really bad. And when she came home on hospice, it didn't really happen. And then like towards the end, it did. They couldn't for say if it was cancer or not because more tests had to be ran. But they kind of felt like it could have been. So that would have been another battle that her body just couldn't take. That's why I say Destiny's doing so much better than me. Last night and today, she's had her moment. Um, we drove by to see if the ashes were ready, but they weren't. So I'll just, oh, let me see what you said, Mr. Rico. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and pull off from here before this lady gets me. But thank y'all. Y'all right here have been the main ones that have always rocked with me in Destiny from my beginning. And I really appreciate it. But I'm gonna go ahead and go so I can pull off, and I don't want this lady to get me. But like I said, it's crazy because this funeral home is literally right up the street from my mother. But now as my mom has, and I pray, her and I, we didn't talk much about God and if she was saved. We talked a little bit about it. But when she passed on the 7th at 9:50 of January, my pastor had sent me some stuff so that I wouldn't have to just, keep opening up the Bible and stuff. And I was reading it to her. And then I said a prayer in regards to her accepting Jesus for her so that she can go to heaven. And I hope that worked. So I love you guys. Once the video uploads, if you don't mind, even just leaving a heart from my mom. Because January 7th and Wednesday and today will be 3 days that I'll never forget. Her passing, the day she was cremated, and the day I picked her up. So I love you guys. Peace up. A-Town down. Love you, Mom.